A business may be open all afternoon, yet its booking page shows only 1 or 2 appointments. The calendar looks almost empty, but the available slots are gone. The reason is that operating hours and bookable capacity are not the same thing. Imagine opening a scheduling page and scanning a simple day view. The provider appears to work from morning to evening. A few appointments are already visible. Between them are stretches of blank time that look large enough for another customer. Yet those gaps cannot be selected. At first, this can look like missing inventory. Maybe the page is out of date. Maybe the provider forgot to open more times. Maybe the software is malfunctioning. But an appointment calendar does not only track when a customer is present, it can also reserve the time needed around that appointment. That reserved time is often called padding or buffer time. It can sit before an appointment, after it, or on both sides. The visible booking may represent the service itself, while the calendar also protects time for preparation, travel, cleanup, recovery, breaks, or uncertainty in how long the service may actually take. Now return to the blank calendar. The first layer shows operating hours. The second layer shows booked appointments. The third layer adds the time that customers do not necessarily see, the surrounding buffers. Once those blocks are added, the empty gaps become smaller. Some still look open, but the real test is no longer whether a gap contains blank space. The test is whether it can hold the full operational footprint of the next appointment. That footprint includes the appointment duration and any required time before or after it. A gap can therefore be visible but unusable. It may be too short to fit the complete block, even though it looks long enough to fit the customer-facing appointment alone. This is the first major shift in how the calendar should be read. The unit of capacity is not just the appointment shown to the customer, it is the appointment plus the operational time attached to it. Acuity scheduling provides a clear documented example of this design. Its help materials explain that providers can add padding before appointments, after appointments, or on both sides. The documentation lists uses such as travel, cleanup, preparation, and breaks. It also explains that clients see the appointment duration, while the scheduler reserves the appointment together with its padding. If an open gap cannot hold both, that gap is not displayed as available. 2 gaps can even look similar, while only one becomes bookable. A buffer before the next appointment may consume one side of a gap, while padding after the previous appointment consumes the other. Allowed start time rules can narrow the options again. The calendar is not measuring empty minutes in isolation. It is checking whether a complete service block can begin at an allowed time and finish before the next protected block. That makes capacity discontinuous. A day may contain plenty of scattered open time, but still lack one continuous interval that satisfies every requirement. The total amount of blank space can therefore be misleading when the service must fit as one uninterrupted unit. This does not mean every unavailable time on every booking page is caused by padding. It shows one concrete way in which a scheduling system can convert visible hours into a smaller set of bookable slots. The same calendar can now be read in 2 different ways. From the customer's view, there are appointments and empty spaces. From the operating view, there are complete service blocks, each with its own preparation, transition, and recovery needs. The difference becomes most important when the schedule is tight. Suppose one appointment ends and another begins later. The time between them may look unused, but part of that interval may already be assigned to cleaning a workspace, preparing equipment, traveling to another location, finishing records, or recovering from variation in the previous service. Even when none of those activities is visible on the public booking page, they still consume capacity. Service operations research helps explain why this matters. Appointment systems do not operate with perfectly fixed service times. Some appointments finish early, others take longer. Mobile services may also face uncertain travel time. A schedule built only around nominal appointment length can look efficient on paper while becoming fragile in practice. A buffer gives the calendar room to absorb that variation. Without it, one late-running appointment can push the next one back. That delay can then move through the rest of the day. So the calendar is solving a trade-off. More tightly packed appointments can create more nominal slots. More protected time can improve the schedule's ability to handle preparation, travel, cleanup, breaks, and uncertain duration. The second major shift appears here. A smaller number of visible appointments does not necessarily mean unused capacity. It may mean the provider has chosen to protect reliability rather than fill every minute with customer-facing service. The progressive calendar now changes again. Start with the outer frame of the working day. Add the booked appointments, add the hidden buffer blocks. Then place a full appointment block over each remaining gap. Some gaps pass the test, others fail. The failed gaps are not closed in the ordinary sense. They are simply too small to hold the next complete unit of service. This is how a calendar can look underused while having no room for another appointment that can safely fit. The word safely matters because the issue is not whether the software can force another booking into the day. It is whether the booking can be added without removing the time that protects the rest of the schedule. Consider the alternative. If every buffer were reduced, the page might display more openings, but the new capacity would come from somewhere. Preparation could become rushed. Travel could become tighter. Cleanup could be delayed. Breaks could disappear. A small overrun could affect the next customer instead of being absorbed inside the calendar. That does not make larger buffers automatically better. It shows that bookable capacity and schedule reliability pull in different directions. A provider may choose conservative settings. Another may use very little padding. Different services may need different transitions. A mobile appointment has a different operating pattern from a fixed location consultation. A service involving equipment has different reset needs from one that does not. The booking page usually does not reveal those reasons. It displays the result of the configuration, not the full operational logic behind it. That creates the central visibility gap. Customers can see working hours. They can see some booked times. They may even see blank intervals. But they usually cannot see the exact rule that decides whether each interval is large enough to become a slot. The calendar therefore presents availability as a finished output. It does not show the calculation behind that output. In the documented Acuity example, availability depends on more than the outer working hours range. The scheduler also considers appointment length, padding, existing bookings, and allowed start times. Together, those rules determine which openings can actually be offered. A provider can therefore appear open for many hours, but show only a few appointment choices. The working day is the container. The bookable slots are the portions of that container that remain after every service block and operating requirement have been fitted into it. The evidence supports a bounded explanation. Acuity documents configurable padding and how gaps that cannot contain an appointment plus padding are withheld from client availability. Operations research supports the broader point that service and travel times can vary, and that appointment schedules balance tighter utilization against waiting and delay risk. It does not reveal why a particular provider selected a particular buffer, whether that buffer is optimal, or whether every missing slot on another platform has the same cause. Buffer size can be necessary, conservative, or provider-specific, and the calendar alone cannot identify the exact reason. The final calendar is smaller than the first one, but it is also more accurate. The original view counted visible blank time. The completed view counts only the gaps that can support an entire appointment without removing the operational time around it. That is the trade-off at the center of appointment scheduling. Reducing buffers can create more nominal openings. Preserving them can make the schedule more resilient when service duration, travel, preparation, cleanup, or recovery do not happen exactly as planned. So when a booking page shows fewer slots than the operating hours seem to allow, the empty-looking spaces may not be empty at all. Operating hours define the outer frame. A bookable appointment exists only when a remaining gap can hold the service and the operational time that makes the rest of the day work.